guy interview. That is Daniel Vuitton. And that particular guy has been making millions on the online space. And today we are going to be watching this particular guy together. So let's get started and see what we are going to be learning there.
Has cracked the code of short-form content. At 15 years old, he made $500,000 a month from faceless Snapchat shows using his viral content formulas.
So there's three metrics that I like to look at to improve upon people's videos. Can you make the videos longer? Can you make them higher quality? And can you improve?
But just after he dropped out of high school, the platform banned his channels overnight, nearly leading him to give up on everything. Do you know what our biggest video was on Snapchat? We made 50 one time, 20 one time, and 10 another time, just reposting it.
Dude, we had a video that made us like 700.
Instead, he doubled down on his craft, perfecting videos on every platform and co-founding Creo, an AI tool that helps other creators master short-form content.
If you understand the fundamentals of how to go viral on social media, you can turn anything viral. I did it on Snapchat, I did it on YouTube Shorts, I did it on software, I did it on a personal brand, I've done it on Minecraft channels. People overcomplicate this way too much.
In this episode, we'll
So
unveil
this will tell you guys that this guy is not just the beginner. He has been on the online space for long.
the viral blueprint that's generated him billions of views, explore the psychological triggers that keep viewers hooked, and discuss how his next business is on track to overthrow Facebook. Do you think you guys are going to be bigger than Facebook? Daniel Baton, welcome to the Jack Hill Podcast.
Very happy to be here.
I know, man. Guys, Daniel and I have known each other for, he was 15 years old. He's 18 now, right? You're about to turn 19 pretty soon?
I'm turning 19 in April, so in a while.
So Daniel, you just turned 18.
And you
How
can
much
see
money
that
did you make?
the guy is just young. The guy is actually very young, 18 years, and the guy is actually making huge amount of money in the online space. And that means that the guy is actually like he has actually get some keys to a particular lock that many people have not gotten it yet, and we need to watch it to learn from him.
Last month.
So last month, we probably did over $2 million. We've closed just at the start of this month.
Did I hear it well? Oh, close to $2 million. I never hold that particular kind of money in my life. And this particular guy of 18 years, and the guy is actually having this amount of money. So, but we need to learn from him and also see how we can also implement.
Over 8 figures in deals. So I don't really want to mention exactly the numbers yet, but we're in the 7 figures a month right now across the companies.
How about you for yourself?
Personally, I probably did just under like $700,000 last month.
Just as far as like the 2 million number, like what are all the sources of revenue for you?
Yeah. So they span across like 4 different sources of income. Number 1 would be my software company, Creo. Number 2 would be my course. Number 3 would be my YouTube Shorts channels. And then number 4 is content.
How many followers do you think you've gained on social media?
Probably easily above 20 million followers. 90% of those, no one knows who those accounts are.
So you guys can hear from this particular guy about 20 million followers at age 18. That is actually massive. And that means that the guy is actually doing something very good and people like it.
All faceless. On my own brands, I've probably gotten around like 1 million followers across all my pages, but yeah, most of it is faceless.
So walk me through exactly like what the numbers are, like YouTube Shorts channels, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat shows. Like if you had to like dig into your memory, like where are all the followers from?
Yeah, so when I first started like really going crazy on social media at 15, the first time I ever got like a real amount of followers was when I started my first YouTube Shorts channel called Slam Dunk. We got that to 1 million subscribers in 6 months. That was kind of the first time that popularity started rising around YouTube Shorts and making faceless content around that platform. And we kind of just cracked the code there, started going really crazy on content that we were posting. And we were one of the fastest growing.
That they cracked the code. That means you need to also watch this particular interview to also crack the code.
Channels on YouTube Shorts at one point, gaining like over 50,000 subscribers a day. After that, we went over to Snapchat shows. Those were like 2 to 3 minute videos on the platform. And I think in around 6 months, we gained over 20 million followers. On just one of our pages, we had 9 million followers. And so we kind of understood a few different methods at the time on how to really rank for followers, because followers were really big on the platform, and they would kind of push your videos as well. And so we optimized for followers and views. So that was the next platform. After that, I
That
started
means
more.
on social media, you need to know how to optimize your videos to get views, and views will tend to subscribers or followers. So SEO is very important when it comes to social media. So you need to learn SEO, search engine optimization, if you are starting out on social media. And this particular guy actually understand that, and he was able to use that particular thing to his advantage. So Daniel Vuitton is a goat.
YouTube Shorts accounts. Across those, we've gotten to probably around another like 4 million subscribers. And then kind of one of the biggest ways we gained followers were through our promotional accounts under my software company, Creo.ai. So we would start faceless organic short form pages on Instagram, TikTok, and run them up to promote the company. Those pages just naturally have a few million followers just because of how many views we got that converted to our software. I'm not exactly sure of that number. And then after that, I then started my personal brand on YouTube. I have almost 200,000 subscribers. On Instagram,
So you can see that the guy was actually focused on faceless channels before he started his own brand. That means if you are starting out and nobody knows you, the best way that you can start is faceless channels. So you need to start faceless account, because when you are starting out, there's no proof. That means you need to start a faceless channel that nobody know who is behind this particular channel. Is there an expert or just a beginner? And this particular guy understand that, and he was able to use that to his advantage.
across all my pages, I have roughly around 500,000 followers. And then on TikTok, across all my pages, I probably have another 500,000 followers.
It's really fascinating. So your old partner was Luke,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll dive into this a bit later, the whole Snapchat thing. I do want to talk about shorts first, but I'm pretty sure that the way we met was you and your partner, another guy named and his partner, and then me and my partner, like all consistently like had the number.
When you're launching an e-commerce business, you
That's
just want to move
the
fast.
disturbing part
I'm
of
Sean,
YouTube.
and I'm
They
Elliot,
had.
and we're the
And
co-managing
that is how they
directors of
also
Boot.
make their money. You can't go with it. So let's continue watching.
The number one shows on Snapchat like
Yeah.
every single day. We were kind of just competing against each other. There was probably some other people we didn't know about, or maybe you know the names of them.
Dude, if I remember correctly, there was like a top 15 ranking for shows, and we owned like 15 as a group out of the 15 top shows. And
You
so
and
like,
Luke did?
So you can see something here. The guy on Snapchat shows they were actually ranking out of all the 15 like channels that was actually showing on the Snapchat platform, they were actually ranking for all that. That means the guy is a genius. They know what they are doing, and the team, they actually expert in that particular team. When it comes to social media, they are actually expert.
yeah, like for the top 10, we know that we owned like 7 out of the top 10. And then amongst you and then the other people that were in the group, they owned the rest. And so we genuinely had Snapchat in our hands at one point, and you couldn't go on the platform and not see our pages on the front page.
Yeah, that was an interesting time period. And I remember getting on a call with you for the first time, and you being like you were 15, and you were just telling me stuff that like I, as a content creator for like several years now, I was like, oh, I
That
didn't
means
realize that.
the guy actually started the team when he was actually like 15 years.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I was like, this kid is smart. But yeah, I'm not surprised at the point that you've ended up in your career with the success you've had. So on social media, what's the single biggest misconception people have about going viral?
I think people think going viral is consistency, when I don't agree with that. I think a lot of people think that you have to be consistent, you have to post a lot of content, and there's a big misconception that that's what equates to virality. And although like that is a factor to it, I think people don't prioritize making genuinely good videos enough. And so I've kind of understood from
That
running
means
a ton
going
of
viral
pages.
is not about putting each and every day. It's about know what you are posting about. That's what the guy is trying to say. Going viral is not about posting all the time on social media. It's about strategy. If you're having a strategy and that particular strategy is working, you need to actually constantly focus on that strategy and it is actually going to work for you. And that guy is actually proof.
Just to a ton of different types of verticals. So like trying to promote a software company or trying to funnel to a program or whatever it may be, just trying to get views. Quality beats quantity, I think, pretty much every single time. And the reason I say this is a Mr. Beast philosophy. One really good video that takes a month to make can get you 50 million views versus 4 not as good videos that you output get to like 1 mil or 5 mil. And so I personally really prioritize quality on everything I do. And that's just always what I've been ingrained with pretty much every single channel I've ever ran. But you can have.
That means that he's trying to tell us that if you are actually doing something, always make sure that you are doing it for the best. You are the best in that particular thing. Make sure you are making it quality. Quality should be your number one priority and before quantity. And many people always say that quantity builds quality. And out of quantity, you are going to get quality video as well. It's also true on that aspect, but focus on quality over quantity.
Really good quality with really good quantity. You just need to be able to track and kind of crack that method. And that's by building a good team that can output the quality that you want at the amount of times you want to upload. But I think quality is a very big metric that a lot of people undermine. I get a lot of people coming to me and being like, yo, I've posted for the last 3-4 months. I haven't seen any results. It's because your videos are ass. Like your videos are ass, so you are not going to see results. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like focus on quality, and that's going to get you to where you want to be, whether it be views, convert.
So that means if you are posting and you're not getting results, you need to sit down and see what is the problem and I'm not getting views. And you need to work out on that. Definitely there is going to be an issue why you are not getting views on your videos. And if you sit down and analyze your video plus your competitors' video, see why your competitors are actually getting views and you are not getting views. And use it to your advantage to also implement it on your channel and you're going to get views out of it.
To your product, quantity is cool, but quantity without any quality behind it isn't going to get you anywhere.
I 100% agree with this. I guess my only pushback is when people say that quantity breeds quality. And as someone that's so young, I mean, you put a lot of reps in as far as editing people's content, but like, how are you able to just start with quality?
It's calculated. So you start without knowing anything. You don't know what you don't know. But a lot of people like to post and then not trying to improve on the videos that they're making and keep going at the same formula. That's the wrong way. You should post as much as you physically can, but learn from every single thing you put out. Track the metrics, look at the back end, look at the comments, try to figure out how to get better. Just posting and putting output is
That
not going to
means
get you anywhere.
your audience is very important when it comes to social media. Look at the comments that they are putting it out. If they are putting it out and letting you about something in your video, you should take note of that particular thing. If they are telling you that you were supposed to improve on something, make sure that your next video you improve on that particular thing. And if they are actually like anything that they're just putting it out, be looking at your audience reaction. If they are reacting positively to that particular video that you put, that means it's a good sign that you are moving in the correct direction. If they are acting badly to it, that means that like your videos are not good and you need to improve on that. And how do you know that? That's why we are actually having analytics on all that, where you can actually go into it and see where did they click off, and you can actually look out for it and improve from it.
I put a lot of output out when I was 12, 13. I would edit for these creators and I started my own channels. The first like 4 channels I had completely flopped. And it's because I would try to post a lot, but I didn't really have any strategy behind what I was doing. Once I started like talking to more people who had more experience, and this is the biggest thing I did as a video editor, which I think was like a big reason as to why I started learning how to make really good videos. I would ask a lot of questions to my clients about how they would make the videos because I was in charge of one section of creating the content, and that was just the post-production, final part before it goes out to the public, but they would be in charge of the pre-production, figuring out the script, figuring out the concept, figuring out the thumbnails. And these are things that I would not really know anything about, but I would ask questions because I just knew trying to gain as much information before I started myself would be a really big edge versus everyone else. So to be honest with you,
that means that he's trying to tell us that if you don't know anything, don't keep it to yourself. Try and ask those who are in that field, and some will be willing to actually help you out. So don't keep quiet if you don't know anything. Ask and see. If they know it and they are willing, they will help you out for that.
Definitely wasn't the best when I started posting, but I knew a lot more than the average person did before I put out my first video, just because I would ask so many questions to people who had track records of putting out quality videos and getting millions of views.
If you had to give like an action that you would recommend for someone starting a new channel, would it be along the lines of post 30 videos and try to learn from each one, or would it be like take a course, study a YouTuber, put a lot of effort into 2 videos for 1 month? Like, what would you do now?
This is what I would say. If we're talking about YouTube Shorts specifically, I would tell someone to post 1 video a day in a niche that they see someone else succeeding in. You want to take the person that you see succeeding and try to improve upon their videos. So there's 3 metrics that I like to look at to improve upon people's videos. Can you make the videos longer? Can you make them higher quality? And can you improve on the concepts? I think longer videos on YouTube Shorts really play a big role in how YouTube pushes them out. I see a lot of really good channels pushing like 25 to 30-second videos, which is fine, but I've gone in and then gone to 45-second videos on the same concept. This gives that audience more time to watch content, which they want to do. They want to absorb more content that they actually like, and YouTube promote longer videos because they have more time to place your ads. And so post longer videos, improve on the quality of the videos, and it can be really small things. Like, I'll just give an example. There's channels out there that post commentary videos, pretty much slap Mr. Beast on the back.
That means if you're actually doing something, make sure quality is your back end. You should focus on quality. And that is what this guy have actually figured out, and it has been working for him.
Of it and create a storyline around one of his like concepts or videos or whatnot. All of their subtitles are in white. Okay, I would look at that and I would be like, okay, whenever I say like a word, hate or scam or like one of those impact words, I would make it red. I would just add any little inputs I could to a specific video to try to give the viewer more visually. And these are just things I think about when I try to copy a competitor that's doing well and try to replicate it for myself. And so sometimes it's not super obvious, but sometimes it is. If someone's making 30-second videos, try to make 45-second videos. If someone's quality clips are in 720p, but they're still getting millions of views, try to...
That means that you should actually copy your competitors. If you see your competitor is actually doing something and it is working, copy out from it. Just copy it and also see if you are going to get success from it.
Make yours in 1080p. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always little things that you can improve upon, but those little things are going to give you that edge versus your competitor. And I think one of the biggest things is consistency. Like, if you post for 2 weeks and try to improve for 2 weeks, don't see results and then give up, where is that really going to get you? You know, versus trying for 2 months and really putting the effort into it.
That means if you are starting out and you're not getting results, you don't quit and continue posting until you see results. Don't just post 2 or 3 or even 10 videos and assume that it is not going to work. Continue posting until you see results, and don't just post anything. Post something that you think you're going to see results, or post something that you yourself, if you're watching it, you'll be happy watching it.
Improving every single video. And so you post video Monday, you check the stats of it on Tuesday, you see that people dropped off at the 30-second mark. Go back to your script, you see what you said in the 30-second mark.
So it is actually going to trigger the algorithm that, oh, people are actually interested in this particular video, and it will push it more to more audience.
We're like, why do Asians have such small eyes? And then we got straight into the topic. We talked about some shit with like the retinas and like all this type of really like deep scientific stuff that we got our script writer to go and kind of like research on, give us the feedback, and then we would write the scripts. And that video was like maybe an 18-second video.